everyone, welcome to KSPB 91.9. Today I'm here with Michelle and she's going to talk to us about her current life at Stevenson and about her published works.
Hi everyone, I'm Michelle. Nice to meet you.
So I have my first question here. What is your favorite memory at Stevenson?
I think Stevenson's I've had a lot of great memories at Stevenson, but my favorite one, or at least one that stuck with me the most, was junior year. Because I lived in Silverado at the time, and I remember working late into the night, and there was just one day where I was like, oh, I don't want to work in my room anymore. So I remember going to the booth and working, and it was a few friends, and we were all sitting at the booth, and I remember my parents mailed me kind of a little teapot. So we kind of had a tea, I took the pot out, we brewed some tea, and we were just sharing, and everyone was just sitting there and working. And it just stuck with me because it was in that moment I was like, oh, this is so wonderful. I'm sitting here with my friends, we're all quietly working on I don't know, even if it was homework, or
Yeah.
people have had a test, it just felt super nice having the company of other people. And it was also one of my late night study sessions, and I think from that moment on, I just really enjoyed the environment and work working in study groups. So that kind of stuck with me, and it helped me throughout junior year, helped me through senior year, and it's just kind of a tradition, kind of, that I just stuck with, that I've always really enjoyed. And the first time for it to happen was just just hit me super deep.
Yeah, that's a really nice little culture among your friend group.
Yeah.
Little tea party, but still studying.
Yeah.
So have you decided on your college?
Yes, I'm going to Johns Hopkins, and I'm super excited. It's in Baltimore, and I applied to the school with computer science and electrical engineering, and I'm super excited to go to the school. I don't know what specifically I want to study yet, but I think definitely along the lines of something in engineering. It's known for its medicine, so maybe I'll dig a little bit into that. But I kind of
Bioengineering.
Yeah, bioengineering. But I kind of want to use my first year there to kind of explore and see what engineering's all about.
Okay. Continue. What was the best advice that you have received at Stevenson so far?
Ooh, the best advice, I would say it sounds kind of cliche, but like no one's gonna know how hard you've worked other than yourself. Just because I feel no one else can feel the experience that you have felt, the defeats and how they've affected you. Yeah, maybe your friends are there to comfort you and be like, oh, it's okay, you can always try harder next time, but no one feels the impact that you feel, and everyone's emotions vary depending on their experience, and it's just no one can know more than what you know about yourself. So I always say it's completely valid to feel what you feel in the moment. Your emotions are valid. No one should be saying oh, you shouldn't be feeling that way. I think that was the biggest advice, was only you know how hard you've worked yourself. Only you know how much work you've put in, how much effort you've done, and you should always be proud of what you've had accomplished. And it's okay to feel a little bit down at sometimes, but always thinking about oh, I did this amazing thing, and just a lot of self-motivation is needed, and just take breaks when you need. Your body, and I think it's just sometimes it's okay to be a little bit selfish and prioritize yourself before others.
Yeah, that's good. That's a really nice advice. What are some motivational quotes? There's basically the same thing, but maybe from your parents or from your friends. Maybe just from casual little talks that you just found something very specific, and you want to reflect or improve on yourself.
I think one thing my parents always told me, it's like I kind of just like mentioned, like it's okay to be a little bit selfish. Like sometimes you just need to prioritize yourself before other people, and that like although other people will judge you a lot, only you know what that like what something truly means to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, just to like dive deeper into like what you wanted to study in the future, and like we know that like recently you published a paper about quantum computing. So I was just wondering if you can tell us a little basic things about quantum computing, and why did you choose quantum Monte Carlo tree search instead of like other quantum algorithms?
Yeah, so my paper was kind of exploring how quantum computing works, and I chose an AI algorithm called the Monte Carlo tree search, just because like it was an algorithm that was known to be kind of like unbiased, and I like really wanted to get rid of the idea of like algorithms being biased, like certain TikTok algorithms, they like can like learn from your information and customize, but Monte Carlo tree search really takes that away and tries to explore almost like every little corner of like a certain algorithm, like try to reach every single possible ending in simulation. So that's kind of why I chose the Monte Carlo tree search, and I wanted to add a quantum part to it because quantum computing, it's like still in its very like early stages
Yeah.
of research, and like a regular quantum computer is like super huge and it takes a lot of energy, water to run it. It's kind of almost like how like current computers started, like they were taking like huge rooms and huge like electricity to run it. But I think that like I was really interested in this because it was just something that was so new, and I wanted to explore and learn a little bit about it to be and I feel like there's a certain point where like regular computers are going to reach its limit, and like quantum computers might start like coming more into our like daily lives and our regular lives. So that was something I was super interested about, and the like quantum part of it makes like your code or your algorithm run super fast. So it reaches a speed where like sometimes a certain problem can take like years for regular computer to solve, but quantum computers can solve it within like either days. And like there's certain algorithms that regular computers can't solve, but quantum computers can. And I just thought that like that speed was like super interesting, and also like because of the speed and combined with like the unbiased and like vast exploration of the Monte Carlo tree search, it was something to also test for like accuracy. And I just wanted to kind of like see what this whole area is all about. That was kind of the goal of this research, was to explore what quantum computing can do and what it can like cannot do yet, and like also to have a little more fun in like coding, because I personally enjoy coding a lot, and like quantum computing involved a lot more complex math, and I really enjoyed that. Actually, like I enjoyed like working out the numbers. I enjoyed like actually like having or like the problem solving steps of it. So I think mainly for me, the whole research was about exploring what is new, and it's just something that I found super interesting. And I was like scrolling through, um, like like my options, be like, oh, what could I do for a project? And I think this one really pushed me back like beyond my regular research boundaries, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that sounds really fun. Like if I have like the ability to like solve everything, like I'd be like really accomplished. Like I feel proud of myself. So like talking more about like research and like running simulations, what was like the hardest part of it, and like what's one of like improvement you make to the study that like if you had more time?
hmm I think one like very big challenge for me was definitely the code part, because I haven't really like learned anything about quantum before. Like I had no experience going into it. I only knew how to code like regular like Python, Java languages, but like I had no experience with quantum physics or like quantum computing in general, and the concept was super new to me. So like learning what it is, how it works with like superpositions and like qubits were like a huge step for me, and like it was very different from regular computers where they were using like zeros and ones, and instead in quantum it was like vectors, like things like that. I had to like learn from online documentation. I was reaching out to like people that took physics and be like, oh, do you know any like insights about it? Like I remember actually talking to Mr. Akshan.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, like, do you know anything about how this works? And I just thought it was like it like every time I talk about it with someone, they always find it super interesting. And but that was definitely the biggest challenge, was just like getting to know what quantum computing was all about, and kind of figuring out how I want to use it in my research, and like what I wanted to talk about in my research and what I wanted to dive into. But I think like I really enjoyed the research process. Like there's definitely like small bumps along the way where it's like, oh, maybe this like wasn't the best choice, and having to go back and small setbacks. But I feel like those are like very core parts of research that I enjoy, is seeing like what are the limitations, what other methods can I use, and that's what I essentially enjoy about it. I'd say if I had more time, I definitely wanted to test out more algorithms other than like the Monte Carlo tree search. Like I think research is like you can never stop. There's always things that can be improved on, and like things that you could always do better, and certain setbacks that like there's always multiple like solutions to something. So I'd say if I had more time, I like definitely wanted to try out what are like quote unquote like the best solutions that I myself have in mind, and like if I could go back in time, like what are some like skills that I've like gained like currently that I feel like I can still apply to like the research when I was doing it over summer. Yeah, so I think it's just like if I had more time, I'd wanted to explore more, dive deeper. I also really wished I reached out to like professors or like certain experts in the field to ask on like their advice and like how they view it, to learn about their perspective, and what are some of the actual applications that like either colleges are doing or certain like research facilities are doing with like the quantum world in general. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing your stories with us.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.